What's happening? Welcome to another episode of the B-Side Podcast. It's your boy B Sales. You know we got a resident guest up in here. I like to call him the Black Republican. You know, can't call him one of his aliases because my family member's in trouble. Or anyway, on the hideout or on the low. Anyway, I'm not gonna call him my man when I want to. But anyway, we got Gary Combs in the building, the only Black Republican that I know. I'm just joking. But he's one of the very few Black Republicans that I know. But I have a weird feeling that he's always voting on Democratic side when there's a Black representative. But anyway, got a good story. I should say good show for you today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back. B-Side episode. B-Side podcast. I can't remember. Yes, we are back in the building. And he always has a new name. He looks like a black Jedi right now. He looks like a black Jedi. Mr. Freeze himself, a.k.a. G. Diddy. What's up, G. Diddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for having me on here. And I just want to say, I have the Force. Remember Samuel L. Jackson welded the Force. Remember Samuel Jackson in one of those shitty Star Wars movies from the 90s? But yeah, I'm trying to look like this is like the Egyptian Muslim shirt. Is
that what it
is? I'm going for, yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's been a while, man. We're trying to get back on track, you know. Hey, life happens, you know, schedules conflicting. Things you get caught up. Anyway, we back in rotation. Once again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the B-Side Podcast. I think this is episode 169. Yes, 169. But anyhow, got my guy over here. I like to call him, you know what I'm saying, little Tony Dorsett over here. OTD.
Ozzie Smith, Cardinals great Ozzie Smith. You can do a backflip? Ozzie Smith? Marvin. You can see some Motown Marvin.
And I'm always going to give him Cowboy fans because he thinks he's a 49ers fan. It's kind of strange, people. He's from Dallas. What section of Dallas?
I'm from Oak Cliff. Well, I was born in Oak Cliff.
And all of a sudden, he's always been a 49ers fan. So I got to throw the TD, a.k.a. Tony Dorsett, out there.
I've been a 49ers fan since the Joe Montana years. So I used to live in the Bay Area or near it when I was living in Pleasanton. So my 49ers fanship is legitimate. Damn it. You know, I got a little bit of love for the Cowboys because you can't be allowed back into Dallas without having a little bit of love for the Cowboys. So I reserve about 1.5% of my fandom or, you know, appreciation to the Cowboys. Unlike you, because remember you said you like the Bengals. That was heard. You telling somebody that you were supporting the Bengals. Now, is this true?
We know we have a Republican in the building because if we fact check that, it's going to be like, absolutely not true. Absolutely could never be a Bengals fan. Never. Only time I even mentioned Cincinnati is because the Big Red Machine. We won't get on that topic. We're going to talk about the Big Red Machine, okay? We're going to talk about them because we'll get into that's one of the segments of the show. You know, Charlie Hustle, we get into that once again.
Charlie Hustle needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, we're going to get on that, no doubt. So, as we always open the show, we're just going to see how we were. Like I said, we haven't been meeting in a while, so it's always food of thought, man. Anything that has not necessarily shaking you up, but, you know, like, damn, that's on my wig. Let me sit in that moment for a second and see what happens. You know, something ran across the mind. You seem like, damn, hold up.
Well, besides me being the coolest person that ever existed and stuff like that, that's verified. In fact, that's quantifiable and stuff like that. Thing that's been tripping me out is this whole country is like a reality show. We had the whole sleepy old, drowsy old man, you know, fall asleep during the debates and stuff like that. Then you had the dictator.
Are you serious? Wait a minute. Your boy was falling asleep at his own rally, at his own Republican the only Republican, not rally, but Republican, what was it? Convention.
He went through a little bit more. He went through a little bit more that week. So it's good that he made it there because there was a good chance if he wouldn't have looked at a board, he wouldn't have been able to make it there. So, it's crazy. You had the debate, and, the Democrats listen to George Clooney because he runs the party now, and the George Clooney Democrats kicked out Joe Biden.
Hold up, wait. Time out. I know I'm going against the code here. I'm stopping our conversation, but you got to with the Republicans. Wait a minute, that's a first. Never heard of the Clooney Democrats. Are you serious right now? We know there was a plot. We know that.
The George Clooney Democrats.
They did
the George Clooney Democrats led by
Obama. They did my man
like
the Romans, man. They did Joe like the Romans, man. They straight backstab. I've never seen anything like that. And then all of a sudden, it's like this whole new energy. Like, where was that at? Like, you gotta kill the king. You gotta kill the king to get some momentum swing. That's bars right there.
Well, what's crazy is the last time I was on here, I said I supported Joe Biden based off his performance on the State of the Union, and it's like that Joe Biden evaporated, and there was just a drowsy old man that because he was kept up past 6 o'clock, he did bad in the debate. But not to denigrate this dude's whole career because he's been in politics for 55 years. He's been in politics for longer than some of these politicians have been alive. So, much praise to Joe Biden and what he's done for America, and sometimes what he's done to America. But I do praise this man.
Let's not forget he's had on so many coats.
Yes.
Like, wait a minute here.
Some of his coats were Rush Limbaugh-ish.
Oh man. It's almost like I want to know the stories after the fact, years down the line, because Joe was going off. He was. I mean, this cat, now mind you, he was driving me crazy. Every time he opened up his mouth, he had something gargling in his throat and he had to cough. It's like, damn, man. Like, damn. He should always have some hot tea with some lemon and mint beside him. All times. And some type of shot of caffeine, something. Because it was funny because how.
Or Hunter Biden pick me up.
Still a mystery at forever. Where did the cocaine come from?
What's in the box? What's in the box?
You can find some child molester somewhere in a corner in the middle of the earth, but you don't know where the cocaine came from. It's supposed to be the White House.
No cameras.
Man, that's all. Oh man, this is wow. Moving the goalposts, but I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to, man, because it's like when you said the Clooney Democrats,
the George Clooney Democrats, led by Obama, got Joe Biden out of there.
But I heard, I forgot it. My man's on Roller Martin. I forgot he was talking to some. Oh man, I don't know if it was somebody in he had to do with the politics Democrat. And he was like, they had this up the sleeve. I guess they had Joe on a leash basically. They kept it under wraps forever, but at the same time, damn, they murdered him, man.
They did, and it makes you wonder why he even put forth the effort to try to, run. I mean, he is advanced in age, and the responsibilities of the presidency weighs on anybody because you can see any president that's went in there 4 years later that look like they've aged about 10 or 15 years.
Oh, no question. The stress is crazy. But I think, that's another thing how sometimes we don't not necessarily pay attention or slips of mind, but I want to say Joe was like, hey, I'm only doing this one term. You know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, that was on the Democrats. Once again, I mean, we got some people out there, no question. But when the Democrats voted for Obama, that's when they should have been farming the younger generation of leaders, right? There's no way we can go back to 80-some-year-old presidents. Come on, people. We have to evolve.
And Kamala went and picked Richard Dreyfuss. I didn't even know that dude worked anymore. No, I seen Richard Dreyfuss in that W movie. You know Richard Dreyfuss, that old school actor in Jaws?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
who she got for vice presidential pick. Who
Now
is this Tim
you talking about
Waltz?
Waltz? You talking about Waltz?
Yeah. Who is this Tim Waltz guy besides Richard Dreyfuss? Who is he? Do you
Midwestern vote,
know?
middle of the road vote.
She could have got
White
the
white
Arizona
white
guy, Mark
male,
Kelly.
white male, school teacher, military service, and I don't know why the Republicans are going after him right now. It's like, your guy said bone spurs. I got bone spurs or ankle spurs, whatever it was. I got bone spurs in my ankles. Can't serve. My man put on a uniform, regardless of reserves or any type of military unit. He put on a uniform. At a certain point,
It
he
is
could have
pretty
got
sad.
sprayed. Could have been
Yeah.
real bad. So
Well, it is pretty sad. They're trying to denigrate his military record.
what is this about? Like, okay, I mean, my goodness, he doesn't look like a Rambo character. Come on, we're lucky to get him. Come on,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
regardless, you still can be in the line of fire, change your whole life considerably. He managed to get out.
Yeah.
That's okay. He did his time better than a lot of us.
Oh, yes. He served his country for 24 years in the National Guard. And the thing that they're trying to bring up against him is stolen valor, which isn't really a strong argument because he's a part of the National Guard. And in, I would say, a majority of cases, you don't see the National Guard in theaters of war. They try to point to the fact that he retired a couple of months before his battalion was supposed to be sent out to Iraq or Afghanistan
Okay, that
or
was an
something of that
option.
nature. But this dude spent 4 more years in the service than most people do because you have the ability to retire after 20 years. So he was at year 24. So if he wanted to retire 2 months or 3 months before they deployed, that's not any knock on him. He served his country honorably for 24 years. And that's more than a lot of people. That's more than a lot of what presidents can say.
Majority. And then on top of that, obviously, if you go by Fat Donnie standard, he didn't get wounded. He didn't get wounded, so he's not a loser. Fat Donnie, he got POW. He's a loser. He got caught or he got shot. He's a loser. So
He's a loser to me. He got taken in. He got taken hostage. Only losers get taken hostage.
Gary, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you need to be doing skits of Black Donnie, man. What's the cousin's name? What's the cousin? Reginald.
My name is
You need-
Jadavion Trumps. Jadavion Trump from the Basic Projects.
Hey man, you need to go ahead and do that, man. Get some skits out there, man. Get the whole Donnie wig up, and you know what I mean. I know you got the suit jacket, the white shirt and red tie. I'm telling you, man. You need. What was the brother name you gave him? The character.
Jadavion Trump from the Basic Projects. He's from Queens. I'm from Queens too. I'm just from the other side of Queens.
Man, I'm
Me
telling
and my
you,
mother,
man,
Sharkeisha.
You need to go ahead and get that. You need to go ahead and get the Donald Trump to do. And man, man, are you kidding me? Anytime he does something, here comes Black Donnie. Like, okay, Fat Donnie said something. What Black Donnie got to say? And also,
They used to call me Donald Trump. Now they call me Trump. They said, many men wish death on me.
oh man,
Blood in my ear, dog.
oh man, that's crazy, man. It's like ever since the race picked up, it's just drama, man. It's like, yo, we've been on this roller coaster before. We've been on it before.
Kamala's faking crowds with AI.
What? Yeah. He said he's had more people at some of his rallies than March on Washington.
Yeah, he said he had 25,000, and Martin Luther King had 1 million people there. So by any mathematics, 25,000 is more than 1 million, right? So if you have 25,000 in a place and there's 1 million people, you're 25,000. That's more, right?
Oh, man.
That's what makes him the greatest president in United States history and number 47. That's the logic. That's the logic we need. We need somebody that can think with their own logic that might not be rooted in the real world, might not even be rooted in the rational world, but he believes. He believes. more than Camila. What's her name? Kamala,
Donald.
Kamala.
Or, Donald. Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
Donald.
I don't understand this whole attacking this woman's race. Which I didn't. It's not like I didn't expect, an attack on her race or her character or whatever. But what I don't understand is JD Vance is, trying to be the attack dog for it too, when his son is biracial as
His
well.
wife.
His son
His
is half
wife.
Indian and half
His
European.
wife. Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
it should get past that. It needs to get back to the policies.
But I
Both
mean,
of them are effective spokesmen of the policy. So just needs to
that's
get to that.
well, the cult doesn't do that. You know what I mean? The cult follows what Donnie does. Donnie, start giving people nicknames and running off the nicknames and see if that works. And that's what the cult's going to follow.
He hasn't given one to Harris yet.
I'm sure he has.
How come
I
he doesn't
heard
call her Ha Ha Harris?
He calls us the EOTch behind closed doors. That EOTch. Yeah.
Never.
Uh,
I wouldn't expect that from him.
I know, right? I know.
Are you serious?
Where is that coming from, right? You know what I mean? Like,
That's fake liberal news, from the George Clooney Democrats. The George Clooney Democrats, led by Ocean's 11.
that's
Ocean's 11 Democrats. But I think, they need to get back to the policy. It's less than 90 days until the election is here. And, I'm not going to say who's going to win yet because it's not really clear who's going to win this election yet. There's
It's
a lot of
not clear,
momentum
but-
behind Kamala. And, Trump has his supporters or whatever. But, let's see how this debate is going to be because it's going to be who sells the vision for the future. Is Kamala going to be able to make the case that if Donald Trump gets in there, Project 2025 is going to move forward? And that is the blueprint of a dictatorship.
That's the blueprint of straight, crazy. Words can't even describe if that goes through, man. 900-page document, on how they're going to run it.
And Trump said he's trying to disconnect himself from it and detach himself from it, but he's been seen with the architects of it.
We know that's a lie. It's his people who wrote it. We know that's a lie. Come on, he's worse than a used car salesman at a ran down lot.
Damn. He said
Straight
that
up.
about
What?
the greatest president to ever lived.
What? I don't.
Okay, sorry about that.
Sorry about it, yes.
Now what we're saying.
Yes, we're gonna switch it up. Speaking of, we was talking about Donald T. Rump. Since they can't get the right names right, we're gonna mess up their names. Another thing that we need to start doing, people. Another thing, right? Another thing. That was my food for thought, right? Let me bring that up here. Where is it? Where's the ticker at? Come on, B. There it is. That was it, my food for thought, right? Since they always want to talk about DEI, right? We hit them with the PEI. Privilege, equity, and inclusion. That's what you guys are on. We're going to hit them with the privilege, the PEI. They say DEI, well, what about PEI? What's that? Privileged, equity, and inclusion. That's what you guys are.
That's where you're wrong.
That's what you guys are in. That's what you guys are.
BEI, blonde equity inclusion.
That's one.
That's what we practice over
The
Fox.
Aryan brothers and sisters would love that. The Aryan brothers and sisters would love that.
Damn, they would, wouldn't
love
they?
that. They would love that. The blonde hair, the blonde DEI, the BEI, blonde equity inclusion. Come on, they would love that. That's what they would all hail to.
But what's crazy is the word. You know how it's just like with politics. People weaponize words. The word Aryan. You think of somebody that's blonde hair, blue eyes, or whatever.
Nope.
But an Aryan is somebody living over in India or Iran, because Aryan comes from Iran, and then people say Caucasian, and you think that somebody is of the white race, but a person that's from the Caucasus Mountains doesn't look like anybody that you would mistake for somebody that's white over here in America. So it's just like, the taking of words and the
Exactly.
redefinition. That's why it's important
PEI.
to
They say DEI, PEI. That's what we hit him with. I don't
PEI.
understand. See, this is what I don't understand about us, right? We quick. We are witty. We're witty, right? I mean, come on. That's what we do. Bag on each other. We sit around and wait, especially if it's an all black function. You around all your people. We waiting on you to mess up, do anything wrong. I mean, change the settings on the remote wrong, you gonna get it, right? Renege in a game of spades, you gonna get it, right? Don't bring back the right amount of change from the store, you gonna get it. Trip over something, you gonna get it. I mean, just waiting. It's like, wait for it. There it is, and be on it, right? So that's why it's like, yo, it's all about power, right? So why aren't we witty enough to come back with these words? They say DI, counter, we already on it. That's what we need to do.
DEI is the weaponized word, and it's sad because they tried to say that Kamala Harris was a DEI hire, and
bullshit.
some people don't even know that that's an insult. That's like a black person goes to an Ivy League college and they get in there from their hard work, studying, busting their ass and stuff like that. Then somebody comes up to them and say, "Oh, you must have gotten here because of affirmative action."
Yeah,
that is just a way to try to deny somebody's hard work and the hours that they put into it. Because Kamala Harris has as much political experience as anybody in the ticket.
Come on, man. I mean, run it up. You know what I mean? Run it up. I mean, that's just like you said. That's just it's a propaganda point. Once when they talk about equity, propaganda. When they talk about tough on crime, propaganda. When they talk about shrinking the government, propaganda. All that's propaganda. We anytime they say, "Whoa, counter," we can do that now, people. We ain't got to sit back and take it. I mean, we ain't got to sit back and be like, "No, boop, counter it." Boop, boop. Well, you say this. Well, what about this? Boop, boop. We got to do that, man. So that's what I'm using. Anytime I hear DEI, PEI, affirmative action, European American sisters. That's who benefited the most. And you talking about DEI hire, damn near every mediocre coach or leader who shouldn't be there. The only reason why we know that they're there is because you know why, the pigmentation. But other than that, terrible leader. We've seen that in corporate America, what I'm talking about. See all those average directors, average managers. Can't teach shit, but they still steady going, climbing the ranks of the ladder. We got to start doing that, man. So that was my food of thought. I forgot about that. They say DEI, let's start using PEI. Privilege, equity, inclusion. That's what they're doing, no question. So, getting back to one of the topics of this show, definitely, we're all sports head. You know that. I'm a big sports head. I know my man G Diddy's a big sports head. You know what I mean? I'm trying to. Where's my sports section here? Forgive me, people. This is what happens when a little rusty, but we're gonna get into it. Okay. So, as you all well know, sports industry, mega entertainment industry, right? What I mean by that is pretty much now all these sporting events you can bet on. Right? You can bet on them. I mean, what? You see known gamblers, hey, they're just competitive. They got the riches to do it, right? Michael Jordan with DraftKings, right? It's kind of crazy, right?
Damn.
Rumors out there. One of the reasons why MJ had to go on one of his retirements, gambling. Allegedly. So, as you know, as I was saying earlier, Only time I root for Cincinnati is for the Big Red Machine, a.k.a. the Cincinnati Reds. Only time.
And the Bengals.
And the Buckeyes.
And the Bearcats.
Hey, you got to give Bearcats love. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you have to see this series. It's on HBO. Charlie Hustle and the Matter of Pete Rose, right? 4-part series. Check it out. HBO. Get it on HBO Go or what is it called, whatever now. Probably Max Go to. Anything HBO, check it out, man. This is my guy regardless. Hey. He's in it for the money. Who ain't? Right? And I can't understand is that now you allow betting. It's been over 30-something years, probably 40-something years. He's still not in the Hall of Fame. Give him his roses. Don't wait till he's dead. That's not cool. But things have changed, okay? Like he said, if you watch it, right? He only thought he was going to be out a year. Thought he was going to be out a year. But you got to see it, man, because it brings back nostalgia, no question, because I'm an Ohioan. Even though I was real young, I still remember the Big Red Machine. That's the reason why. 70s, they was winning. In my generation, my time, I think we got the World Series in 1990. Shout out to Eric
1990.
Davis. Shout out to Eric Davis. Beat your team, Oakland, your second team. But anyhow, it's crazy because some of the stuff he be saying, it's like, oh, no, Petey, no. But you got to love him, man. You got to love him, man. A lot of people done worse things, right?
Pete was a character.
Pete was something else, man.
Pete was a character.
How you feeling that? It's like, okay, you can bet on anything now, and they still won't let this man in. It's just almost like if I was asked Pete Rose a question, I'd be like, hey, Pete, you know how we feel, huh? Meaning that they out here treating you like a brother. They moving the goalpost. When he got out of jail, they were like, when he got out of jail, boop, new rule. If you're on that list, you never get enlisted. It's crazy.
I think it's sad. You know, Pete Rose is one of the greatest baseball players that ever lived. Nobody has more hits than Pete Rose. Nobody played in more games than Pete Rose. He stayed consistent for well over 27 years?
Real quick question, my fault. You probably know about this. So even when they added up all the Negro League stats, he's still number one?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so because Negro Leagues, they had 60 games a year as opposed to the 152 or 162 games in Major League Baseball. And that's another thing. People got ass hurt by Josh Gibson being included on that all-time list.
Yeah, man.
And that's sad because that shows they know nothing about baseball.
Nope.
But back to Pete Rose. It's criminal that this man ain't in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Baseball ain't baseball without Pete Rose's inclusion. He was the everyman baseball player that you didn't have to be the Superman, super athlete. He just went out there. He played, hard-nosed baseball. He would crack people's shoulders in an all-star game. He stayed in it. And he even told his wife one time, you bothering me because, I was about to get busy just a second ago. That's the type of guy he was.
Hey, man.
Pete Rose.
There's some there's some scenes on here. I'm like, oh my God. He hasn't changed. Oh, I'm not even gonna ruin it, but see, it's interesting, man. It's just, oh man, did you bet on your team? Did you bet on your team? Did you bet on your team, Pete? Did you bet on your team? Did you bet on your team? It's like, damn.
And it's sad because the only thing was he liked betting on all sports, but he had good luck in baseball. That's the only reason that he was betting in baseball.
Good luck.
He is numbers. Yeah. And
he knows the game.
I mean, it's terrible, but that was the written rule when he signed up. And unfortunately, they don't want to let Bonds in. And Bonds probably won't be let in even when he's dead. So,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Come on, man. At the end of the day, they had to hit the ball. You know, they got away
Maybe
from
if Pete had a
whatever they was
translator
going
back in the
into privately. They got away from that and concentrated on their professionalism at their sport. You know, and at the end of the day, you still got to hit the ball. Still got to play the ball. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, it's a shame, man. I love Petey, man. You know, I'm still mad at myself that I had an autograph signature from him, man. My mom was on a plane, ran into him, boom, got the signature for me. Psh. And it's crazy, man, how also, you know what? I gotta go to a site and bring up some stuff, buy some stuff. Because actually, on his site, he has baseballs that he signed. I'm sorry that I bet on baseball. He's selling baseball and said, I'm sorry that I bet on baseball. Oh, man, come on, man. Petey's a hustler. He's a hustler. You know what I
He
mean?
is.
He's a hustler, man.
Maybe if he had a translator back in the 70s and 80s, he would be in this position.
Oh, man. Man, they show my man still hustling this day, man. It's like, you know how it is where, you know, you can do all type. Man, they show him doing videos, man, like wishing people happy birthday. So he's like, man, they paid for this. So I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
Man, I already got a jersey. I want to frame that, you know, but, and that goes to another thing. All right. Switching up a little bit. Same thing since we on Pete Rose, you know what I mean? Pete Rose is, he's, how can I say it? He's invited to the cookout. What are the European Americans that can get invited to the cookout, or what I would say on my wall? So far, I definitely I'll have Charlie Hustle on my wall and John Brown on my wall, no question.
Yeah, John Brown would definitely be invited to the cookout because if it wasn't for John Brown, there'd be no cookout.
I'm John Brown. He on the wall. You know, I got a Hall of Fame a wall for my Euro American brothers and sisters too. I mean, no doubt. Liz Taylor's on there. I mean, drop dead gorgeous, man. I mean, you got to give it to her. But anyway, those three so far, I can't think of nothing off here. Do you have any in your mind? You know what I mean?
President Clinton was the first black president.
What?
See, even you liberals don't believe in yourself.
I fell exactly for it, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely KYP. Know your personnel. I know G Diddy. Dave got me the other day. G Diddy got me today. I got to be more careful. He gonna say Bill.
See, folks, the liberals don't believe in themselves. They don't believe he was black. He said it out of his own mouth.
Who said it?
Clinton. He said he was the first black president. He said it. You didn't believe him? He played the saxophone. He played the saxophone. Look at that. He played the saxophone.
You was knocking on doors for him.
Damn.
You was knocking on doors for votes. You was knocking on doors in Texas and Dallas getting.
I was voting for Bob Dole back then. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually voted for Clinton.
Bill,
who didn't vote for Clinton?
You have Bill Clinton on your wall?
Bill Clinton.
Okay.
Bill Clinton's one of my favorite presidents. Yeah, Bill Clinton's my favorite president. I didn't do any crimes, so he wouldn't get a 3-strike me. But yeah, Billy Clinton. Mm-hmm. Billy Clinton's invited to the cookout, and he's going to be playing saxophone.
White chocolate, no question. White chocolate, no question. White chocolate, no question.
Larry Bird.
That's Boston. I like
Larry. But still, Larry Bird.
But it's Boston.
He ain't afraid, though.
It's Boston.
But he ain't afraid, though.
It's Boston.
He's the biggest shit talker.
It's Boston. Now, mind you, it's better than LA Lakers, no question. But I couldn't do Larry. No. All due respect.
John Stockton. John Stockton.
I'd rather have Machine Kelly. I'd rather have Machine Kelly than John Stockton.
John Stockton would regulate the barbecue, and if anybody wasted something on him, he'd get him arrested.
That's crazy, man. I got another thing, man. Since obviously, the Olympics just finished up. You know, um, we ran the gamut on them. You know what I'm saying? U.S. did a good job. Total 126 medals, 40 gold, I think 44 silver, 42 bronze. We tied with I want to say China with 40 golds.
Yeah.
Third place was 20 golds, was with Japan. So yeah, no question, did all right. But the main thing that I got out of the Olympics, excuse me, man, had me thinking about some things, was my man. Once again, who would have thought Flavor Flav would have been trending during the Olympics, man? Unbelievable. Lovely. Once again, let me introduce our guest on the show. We got my man G Diddy, Gary Combs, going for Mr. Freeze today on the B-Side Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. And like I said, Olympics, we were talking about the Olympics over, but who would have thought that one person would we expect Snoop, some other characters, but there's no way I would expect Flavor Flav being instrumental in this year's Olympics.
This the year that the old school is coming back. Flavor Flav's trending. You got Snoop Dogg running out there with the torch. Common's released one of the best albums
That's
in
crazy.
years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Common's released one of the best albums of his career. LL Cool J is fully back with a Q-Tip produced album that's just coming out with bangers every couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just crazy. It's just showing that hip hop, even though it's getting older, is still classic.
It's relevant.
The era that we're from is still relevant, still can release classic, and still show them how to do it. And Flavor Flav, Flavor Flav's the man. He's a part of Public Enemy. That was the origin of woke music. That was the origin of the consciousness that used to be relevant in hip hop about 30 years ago, which needs to make a comeback. So it's just like when I look at Flavor Flav, it makes me think of how people look at Rick James. When people were looking at Rick James on the Dave Chappelle show, they got a good laugh from the stories or whatever. But us who remember him as a musician knew that he was coming out with classics. And when you look at Flavor Flav, you remember the material that he released with Public Enemy, which was relevant back then, relevant now, and it's good to see him healthy and up there again, and in the public eye. So that's cool, Flavor Flav.
Boy, that's cool, man. That's cool, man. If you guys don't know, he took care of the women's polo squad, and then also I guess the young lady who had on the gymnastic team who had to give her bronze medal back. He got some chain design for her, a bronze chain for her. So it's good. Cats out here giving good gesture, support, and then I'm telling you, this boosted his career for however long it might be right now. You know what I mean? Boosted him up. Like I said, who would have thought Flavor Flav was trending, man? That's all good, man. That's all good. I love that, man. So shout out to Flav, what he's doing, and some of the other people who sponsor some of these athletes who, didn't want their names out there, whatever the case may be, might be behind the scenes. Shout out and appreciation. But when I'm thinking of Flavor Flav, right, it brought me to thinking of dynamic duos, my man. Who you think? Who are some of your dynamic duos that you can think of off the top? Obviously, we were just talking about Public Enemy, Chuck D, Flavor Flav. Chuck D is just almost like a hip hop historian, man. Still strong vocally, still looks good, still out there, giving information, educating the people, man. I definitely follow him on all his social media handles, man, because not only he was a hero, definitely followed them. Like you said, they was one of the first groups to bring some consciousness on the table, man, and for a major label, meaning Def Jam, and still continuing to this day, man. So any dynamic duos that off top of your head that you was not only supporting but definitely, loving their style, loving their flow, loving how they was just showing, love to each and every one of us here. Dynamic duos off the top of your dome right now that you can think of.
Well, dynamic duo that I don't think gets enough credit is 8Ball and MJG,
Oh shit.
and
Oh.
people don't give them enough credit. 8Ball is a lyricist
I'm
that people don't know
surprised that
about.
ain't. I was surprised you ain't said Joe Group, but I know you were saving it. I know you were gonna bring him
Outkast,
up. I know you were gonna bring him
Outkast
up.
is one of the
There you
Outkast
go.
is just one of the greats. I mean, I was gonna bring it up last, but you're gonna make me bring it up. Outkast is
You
the
was gonna bring it up
greatest
last,
rap
right? I
group.
know you was gonna bring it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Outkast is the greatest rap group, and that's quantifiable because every album they sold more and more. And the reason Andre 3000 would rather play a flute right now is because he said he doesn't want to come back and run the risk of not being relevant. He wants to just go out on top. How many people can say that they're going to walk away from about 40 or 60 or 70 million dollars because they want to keep a standard? So they were only out for what, 11 years? And look at the classics. Look at the songs that you can go to. Look at the quality of music that still lives today. And with the organized noise, rest in peace, Rico Wade,
Yep.
and with Andre in Big Boy's production. So and then you got to go to MOP on the East Coast and Mobb Deep. Those are two of the greatest hardcore hip hop groups of all time. I don't think MOP gets shouted out enough because I think it's because they shout all the
You,
time.
well, it doesn't necessarily have to be music, but no question. But what about in Marvel or DC? Any top duos you like in that aura?
Okay, you got to go with the world's finest, and that's always Batman and Superman. They've teamed up together for the past 50 years. You got um, Green Lantern and Green Arrow. That was always cool because the 1970s comics was.
Never heard of the Green Arrow.
Well, Green Arrow was supposed to be like a working man's Batman. He's supposed to be like Batman of
A working man Batman. Okay.
yeah, because when the Green Lantern of the '70s, he was an Air Force guy, so he was a conservative, and the Green Lantern was more of the working man, in touch with the people, in touch with society. So the what do they call it? The social justice warrior. So they played Green Arrow, the social justice warrior, off of Green Lantern, the conservative. That's how they put that out there. But yeah, some cool duos, some like let's see, cool team ups is dang. Like one of my this isn't even a team up, but one of my favorite characters is the Spectre. And that's somebody you need to look into. The Spectre
Okay.
was created by the co-creator of Superman. His name is Jerry Siegel, and the whole story of Superman is crazy because the two guys that created Superman sold the rights for $150 and only got $400 a year for the rest of their life. And Superman has generated billions. But one of the guys, Jerry Siegel, created a character called the Spectre, which Nicolas Cage talked about interest in playing. Is basically a private detective gets killed on his wedding night, gets sent to limbo, has a chance to come back to Earth to be the spirit of vengeance, God's spirit of vengeance, or whatever. So he searches after criminals, gets them to confess, and he does all types of stuff. Like if you're a person that killed people over money, he would turn the money into a razor and slice you up with it. It's pretty cool stories, but I'm just going on a tangent about some comics.
No doubt,
The
man.
Spectre.
No doubt, man. A couple of mine are no question. Morris Day and Jerome. I mean,
Oh
come
yeah,
on, man. They could have took that so far, but when you're under certain things or people, it's hard to do. Hip hop. I mean, even though they only did a few albums, it's still like, oh, it broke my heart when they broke up. Pete Rock, CL Smooth. Oh, one of the
definitely.
greatest. One of the greatest, no question. And you can't forget about Money Mike, Scottie Pippen. I mean, one of the great dynamic duos, no question. That's just top of my head right now. Some of the ones definitely, that Morris Day and Jerome, that got me, no question, man. No question. Some of the dynamic duos that we were talking about here. And, just off the rip, we speaking on hip hop, Bust a Bus, Flip Star, that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Method Man, Redman, crazy. You know what I mean? Like I said, Mobb Deep, crazy.
Ruck and Rock.
Ruck and Rock, yes. I mean, shit, Nas AZ. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? Big Hit Boy, you know what I'm saying? I like the father-son combination, you know what I mean? But that's just something, just to mess with right now on top of the dome, man, as far as what we talking about. Now, let's get into it. If you don't know, I got to bring this up because you will get, once again, understand, brothers and sisters, we know we're not monolithic, right? We know that. But, oh, my goodness, I done throw this out here, and you get so many different reactions, right? So if you ain't all know, right, just to bring this up, if you ain't all know, it's August, no question. But August, for the brothers and sisters, is really Black August, right? And whenever I brothers and sisters be like, what's that? But yeah, Black August. You know what I'm saying? This is a time that we should consider it on the same level as Black History Month. However, with Black August, we have to uplift and also look out for those who've been in the struggle as far as political prisoners and people who are out here fighting for our freedom. You know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of it goes back to 1970s Mark assassination of imprisoned Black Panther author and revolutionary George Jackson during the prison rebellion in California. And basically it's a time of reverence to honor political prisoners, freedom fighters, and martyrs of the Black freedom struggle, and also what we need to do as far as, liberating ourselves. Because believe it or not, hey, man, we're last in everything. Everything. And we obviously a lot of things have changed, no question, but it can be better. We can be better. We can do better. All I'm saying is we have to bring some awareness to what we need to do. Everything don't need to be a party, right? Everything don't need to be, hey, y'all, let's, get together and do what? But we can work on each other individually, and this month just needs to bring awareness on what we need to do to fight, to be liberated, to fight, to get our improvement up as a people. Anything you'd like to say about Black August? Or were you even aware of it?
Well, I wasn't aware of it, but it is important to honor those that have gone before us, because whatever we do is because of their efforts. And in the struggle, we got to know that there are many parts to the struggle, because a lot of the times we'll get in front of a camera and we'll speak out against each other because the way that somebody is going about, fighting in the struggle. But in this thing called Black August, people should need to recognize that there are different avenues that you can pursue to get your goal pushed forward. And we got to work on a multi-level to push the agenda forward, because, no, we're not here in this country, in this life, to wait on anybody to show us the way, because the Black community in itself has enough to sustain itself. There's enough in the Black dollar, and it's not even about segregating your dollar and just keeping it to yourself, keeping it all. Put out what we can contribute. Black businesses contribute to the economy. Give people jobs. We only create maybe about 3 or 4% of the jobs. We only account for maybe 2% of the CEOs and Fortune 500 companies. And we have a lot of influence as a community, but we don't get to financially benefit from that. It's time that we should support each other and get people to support us too. We make a bunch of brands billions of dollars. If you look at the net worths of some of these fashion designers, they have fashion designers like Tom Ford. He's worth about what, like $2 or $3 billion. If you go to Prada or whatever, they're worth in the billions. And
No
it's
question.
crazy because we honor their brands and we think of it as quality. We have enough brands and we have enough creative fashion designers that we can put it out there and make it the next brand. Then if we make it the next brand, make it hot, the whole world recognizes it. We can't keep treating our products like it's something temporary, like it's something fad, like a Fubu or a Shanjon or something like that. We gotta see the longevity in the support of our own products, and we gotta believe in ourselves. There's so much available, especially to the young. This is the most educated youth that we've had in American history, and they got to do something with that. They say the wiser the generation gets, the weaker it gets. We can't use all this knowledge that we have available and not do something with it. So, it's like we can't be the old people complaining about the kids. You got to show them the direction. And Black August, you need to learn about the Panthers. You need to learn about the people that died during the Reconstruction, the people that were the victims of convict leasing after the Civil War. It's all about learning the full scope of the experience. And, there's victories in the Black experience too. So I think that's a great thing. Black August, at least it's longer than February.
No question. But the main thing is, we gotta think on different ways of our consumerism. We buy everything from everybody else, but we have to buy from one another, just like everybody else is doing. Right? There's some aspects that we can learn from other groups that we need to incorporate within ourselves because we see it working. We just can't be out here, playing into that myth that we don't have nothing, we ain't got nothing going for us, we are not capable of doing anything. We got to get out of that, and be prepared, because whenever that shift comes, there's always going to be some type of rebuttal or pushback, no matter what we do, and we got to be aware of that. So definitely, I think we got to do more to put this out there because I still think that there's a lot of us who are not aware of actually what the aspect that we need to do in such a 30-day period as far as in August. So that's something we got to keep on pushing. I'm going to push it. But, I definitely appreciate your answer because I had some answers from some other brothers. I'm like, this is a Black thing. You know that, right? This is a Black thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
think
no, we're
it's
not
we should
saying
honor everybody.
yeah, we're not saying that we're out here trying to get, there's some people who actually commit crimes, horrible things, horrible offensive. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the ones who are put in prison to shut them up, put in prison for us not to follow their energy so we can do better for us, all right? Political prisoners, you know what I mean? That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about the cats out there that's a real criminal. Nah, man, nothing like that. But however, we have to be more conscious of how we act and what we do. And this is something out there, right, that we can get behind, that we can learn from, and move forward. So definitely, we got to take care of what we need to do, and got to be more aware of Black August, no question. So let's see here. What else I want to talk about here, real quick. Another thing, right? Since we're talking about black conscious or whatever the case may be, I need everybody to join Fanbase. This is a Black-owned social media app. It's everything combined, meaning IG aspects, X, formerly Twitter aspects, and also Facebook, all on here. Okay, Isaac Hayes III has developed this social media site. Obviously, that's a brother, Isaac Hayes' son. So, invest in this. They are giving you an investment option to join. So when they go public, you can necessarily hold on to those stocks, cash in, whatever the case may be. But the whole thing is we got to be aware of some of our products. This is one of them. Just sign up. Sign up. You know, I know it's going to catch on wave. You know, we talking about, you know, X and what they're doing over there, especially we already know what he all about. However, too big to fail at the moment. But we all need to join Fanbase. Download it. Simple app, another app, same thing. And you can transfer your information from those other sites on the Fanbase. So we have to support it, definitely. And the reason why I'm supporting, no question, I am a member. I'm on there. You will see the B-Side podcast on there. You can download every episode that I shouldn't say every episode that will be on there, but each episode, video, whatever the case may be that you have, you can download on Fanbase. You can get paid more, cut out the middleman. So if you do have some type of, how can I say it? If you do have some content that can make you some cash, use Fanbase. And like I said, they are having investment drops where you can invest in the actual company. And like I said, when they go live, when they get on the market, boom, you're in there. Okay, Black owned. We have to start using some of our resources. Check it out. It's a clean site. It's good. It's good. It has everything. It's all in one. It's all one package. And he pretty much cuts out the middleman. You get paid off your likes. You can set up payment. People can donate. If you have something they want to contribute to support you, you can do that. Anything you do on these other apps, you can do it on Fanbase. So please go Fanbase. We are on there too. I know I'm on there. AR Sales too. My foundation is on there, the Sellers Foundation. I want to say the B-Side podcast is on there too. If not, we're gonna be on there. You know, got a couple cats. Go ahead. Any comment on that? Are you signed up with Fanbase?
Oh, I need to sign up with Fanbase, and that's excellent right there because that's an all-in-one. I'll download it right after this. As a matter of fact, I'll do it right now.
Yeah, download it now, man. Do it now.
I'm going
to the store right now. It's no different. You download any other app. No different. No different. I mean, we got all these other apps out here. We have to support each other. Come on. This should be the number one social media site. Everything. I mean, you can do anything on there. Huh?
I said definitely, especially since Black Twitter can become a thing. Fanbase should be the Black Twitter.
I mean, they pull the plug, boom, nothing. Elon Musk wants you out of there, nothing. But it's not like that with Fanbase. You can do everything on all these apps with Fanbase. Everything. Everything. You know, so I'm pushing it, no question, because I invested in this too. So hey, why not? Fanbase, it's a brother, running it. Like I said, Isaac Hayes III, he's running it. And if you haven't known, he's in the news because his family put a lawsuit on Trump using Isaac Hayes' music. And they're like, hold up, nope, we're not behind that. But anyway, Fanbase. I'm on there, AR Sales too, and also I am on there with our foundation, the Sellers Foundation. Go to thesellersfoundation.com. We were giving out scholarships to students enrolled at Wilberforce University, HBCU, out in Ohio. This year, we have 3 students that we're giving scholarships for, basically $2,500 per year at the moment. And, we want to continue this to grow. So support the Sellers Foundation. Like I said, go to sellersfoundation.com. You can check us out on, where we at? I think we're on, yes, we are. We're on, I'm losing my mind. We're on Instagram as well. We're under TSF_22_OH. That'll get you there. And also we're on IG as far as the scholarship we're giving out, the Dr. Lee Sellers Scholarship. That's scholarship that we're giving out to students at Wilberforce. Go to the Dr. Lee Sellers Scholarship on IG. Obviously, like I said, go to sellersfoundation.com on the internet. And also, we do have digital banking. Hey, if you want us to donate some money, you can always go to Cash App. We're at the $ Cash App, the Sellers Foundation. On PayPal, we're at the Sellers Foundation as well. You can go to Rob Sellers at the Sellers Foundation. Venmo, we're at the Sellers Foundation as well. So definitely help us out. We're just trying to build the minds of our future, and everything is going smoothly. So couple things, to bring to attention also. As far as we do have a fundraising event coming in August, 2 more weeks. Next Saturday, going down in 2 locations. 2 locations. We got the fundraising event, grab and donate. Basically, grab a plate, donate. We're going to have some food, get a plate of food, donate to the organization. It's going to be at PK's Lounge at on Artesia Boulevard. I want to say 9348 Artesia Boulevard in Bellflower, California. We're going to be having that going down 1 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also, we're going to have grab and donate function at the GMP Hall, 350 Hudson Avenue, Newark, Ohio. That's going to be going down from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like I said, all the proceeds will be going to the Dr. Lee Sellers Scholarship Fund, where we're doing 3 scholarships this year for Wilberforce University students, three students. So we need a total of $7,000 this year to go ahead and fund them. So like I said, go to sellersfoundation.com to donate. Go to the digital banking sites. You see them on the ticker below. And like I said, we're going to be having a fundraiser event going on 2 locations. One's in California, one's in Ohio, same day, 1 to 5 on the West Coast, and also 2 to 8 p.m. on the East Coast at GMP Hall, 350 Hudson Avenue, Newark, Ohio, not Newark, New Jersey, Newark, Ohio. So, yeah, come on and support us. And like I said, we're just trying to get it out there. And like I said, we're just trying to build the minds of our future by helping out with some type of financial bang. Yes, sir. So, yes, expect to see you right there in Bellflower. That ain't too far, man. You know, we got my man G off cooking. You know what I mean? So, you know, right now we're gonna have some wings, some fish, and some fries, man. A little mac and cheese on the side. Yeah, man, we're gonna have it there, you know. So come out, we'll have some music going. You know, we're gonna do the damn thing, brother. Like I said,
I'll bring the 12-pack of Rolling Rock.
Hey man, whatever the case may be, man. You know what I'm saying? Grab a plate, donate, you know, and we'll go from there, man. Yeah, man, we went over a little over today, but it's all right. But hey, before we get out of here, G Money. Oh, yeah. No, that's not it. That's not it. Give us your handle here, man. What's your handle?
Okay, if you go to Instagram and look up Midnight More, you're going to see me. If you go to Twitter and look up Combs, and you see somebody that looks like me, it's probably me. And if you go on Facebook and look up the coolest motherfucker that ever existed, you'll see me every time.
That's what I'm talking about. Once again, man, thank you for coming in. Always lovely, man.
Thank you.
Always.
And
everything, man.
Thank you for campaigning with me this weekend for Trump. Since you're in the Trump campaign, thanks for campaigning with me. We're gonna see you red hat pretty soon.
Anyways, you can check us out on X, the B-Side Podcast #2, the B-Side Podcast #2. Also, go to our website. You can check us out at BSidePodcast.com, the BSidePodcast.com. We're on IG as well at the B-Side Podcast with the Q it up. B-Side Podcast with the Q on IG. If you want to check me out, you can go to AR Sales 2 on IG. right there at AR Sales 2 at on IG. You can check me out on X at Rob_B_Sales, Rob_B_Sales on IG. And hey, like I said, have a foundation. Raise some money for the Dr. Lee Sellers Scholarship. Go to the sellersfoundation.com. You can donate. You can join. You can follow us. Like I said, we got an amazing event coming up on August 24th. Grab a plate and donate. Also, yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that's everything, man. So thanks again for tuning in. We appreciate you. And hey, we'll be back next week. No question. Peace.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You vote for Trump still, right? You vote for Trump, right?
Hell no.
Yeah.